Hey guys, it is Nivea and it is currently 1 a.m. July 25th. And I was working on a monologue piece and I just wanted to hear what you guys thought. So let's start. History. It's a word that has so many factors in its meaning. History, the study of past events. It can happen anywhere, anytime, and some of the times or most, it repeats itself because it is inevitable. North London. It has K-Town, West Garfield Park, and Humboldt Park between Pulaski Road and Cicero Avenue. When I walk down the street towards Springfield, I see buildings that can barely stand on their own. Burned to a char, the ceilings insides being sprue in the air, dangling. I can see the huge metal tube that isn't heavy, or doesn't seem heavy at least, just there. The glass of the window is splattered everywhere on the ground, bordered with either wooden planks or metal bars that's bordering them both. Fresh glass that no one even dares to pick up, just hearing it crunch underneath their shoes as if it's normal. But little do they know, the charred buildings, broken glass, and the ceilings of testing being shown came from an outraged right. North London was organized in 1857 as part of the Cicero Township, which was crossed by the French and Indian Portraits Trail that underlines Ogden Avenue. At first, the demographic were mostly Russian Jews. They were constructing Sears, Roebuck & Co., a mail order facility and admin headquarters that opened in 1905. But as the Russian Jews started moving up north, that's when African Americans started to migrate in and take over. And back to the construction part of North Lawndale, the African American residents weren't even able to maintain and take hold of a job. There were even complaints of no new private housing being built, even though there was complaints of overcrowding. Going back to today, the riot was marched upon to bring justice about Martin Luther King Jr., who was a civil rights movement leader. When he came to North Lawndale, he set up a camp, to march up on the west side of Chicago. He moved many people, and those people were ready to move him, even though it was deemed as too late. The riots that you see in the city couldn't compare to any of the riots that were back in the day. The riots today, were also influenced by a death, but the damage done today and back then were way different. Today, it was mostly about the merchandise that was in a vulnerable state for the taking, while screaming out, "Take to the streets, defund the police, no justice, no peace." That shouldn't be the case. But it's also a lesson to people that your shit will be harmed in the process of terrorizing us. Today, the most important shops and stores that are immediately rebuilt and under construction. Decades ago, people would just collect their insurance money and keep it moving, not even remotely wanting to fix anything that was broken or harmed in the making of their stores. North Lawndale has had its problems. Yes, and it will always have problems. What neighborhood wouldn't or doesn't or didn't? Even though today's riot is hardly getting fixed as the damage keeps on breaking it down, North Lawndale has had so much undocumented history that no one would ever know. So protesters, I thank your ancestors for taking the stand and making history in North Lawndale. But I have to tip my hat to you too for doing the same. But in general, for justice. I wish the damage for today could stand, just so the youngest in the future will want to research what happened. Just like how you and I now know the story behind the charred buildings that are left and why the ceilings is collapsing every day inside of the broken glass. Thank you.